In an announcement that was already expected by the general public and largely a foregone conclusion, China's Communist Party has done away with the two-term limit in terms of running for president or running the country. It is abolishing this two-term limit and basically allowing Xi Jinping to be emperor forever. Well, until he's gone. Now, this follows a decision during last October's National People's Congress to enshrine his name in the country's constitution, making him the first living leader to be granted such an honor. Now, they had a meeting last month, but the vague official announcement released at the time did not hint at the momentous expansion of his presidential power, so to speak. It was kept secret until today. So Communist China now has Xi Jinping guiding them forever. I've warned and I talked about what's going on with China here on this world stage, the direction where things are going. If you haven't seen it, take some time. Look up a DW documentary on YouTube. Here, it was put out here recently called Silk Road 2.0 or number 2. It shows you what is happening with China trying to build this road through Kazakhstan all the way up and through Russia and into Europe. The problem is now they've hit the Ural River right there outside of Russia, and it's stopped dead in its tracks. And it's interesting because they've gone in debt billions to make this happen. And here, politically on the world stage, they make it seem like Russia and China are militarily huge allies with all these huge contracts. But when you look at this a little bit closer and what's happening, and you see that this whole thing is stopped in Russia, it starts to raise a lot of questions about what's happening here on this world stage. And then you start to see all the Chinese that have flooded into Kazakhstan. The people there are complaining. They won't even give us work. They flood in here quickly, take over the place. And they're saying the same thing in eastern Russia, in Siberia, that there's more Chinese seen there than Russians. Then they go on to cite that all this extra open land in Russia would do China good. When you start to look at this and see that they've spent all this money running this road from China all the way up to the border of Russia, and now Russia stopped it dead in its tracks because they have their own project. Where are things going to go from there is the question. So there's a huge oil field there in the region where this road runs through. And how do you topple China? Here on this world stage, you talk about big war. You know, between China and India, that constitutes 1/3 of the global population. I've said it before. If they wanted to achieve their numbers like they put on the Georgia Guidestones or anything close to it, there's no other way to cut it. A lot of Chinese and a lot of people from that region would have to go. In their eyes. It's the only way. There's no other way around it. You're talking about a country where Mao had no problem taking the guns from everyone, and when everyone unleashed back and was like, no, we want our weapons, we want our guns, he killed 20 million of them. 20 million. I'm warning you about this dragon here on this world stage, because I think the dark hand behind the scene likes China in the way that they look at things and view things. It may be used as a tool. They have no problem checking their own people, much less any others. And if something did happen to the US dollar in the United States, who do you think would be in position to step up? China. This is Dabu7. I'll leave a link and make sure to check out that DW documentary on China. It's important. Much love.